this video, I'm going to design this homepage on Figma in just 15 minutes. The goal here is to give you some tips and help you start using Figma for web design. So once you log into your Figma account, you have this page and you can create here a new design file. So let's click here, and here on the top you have the options, and you can click here to create a new frame, and on the right side you have the configurations and all the settings you need to edit the frame. So let's choose here a desktop page, or maybe this presentation. So I'll take this. Now we have a new frame and we want to design our page inside this frame. The first thing I want to do is to add a background here. So here on the right side we have the options to change the background. So here on fill, so instead of this white color, I want this, or you can choose another color here, or add an exact value here, or you can change here from solid to some kind of gradients, or put an image or a video on the background. In this case I want to change it for an image, and now I will choose the image here from my laptop. Let's place this. Okay, looking good. If you want, you can adjust here the settings of this image, but I think it looks good like this. And on top of the image I will add a kind of a filter to add some more colors. So here on fill you can click here on plus and add another layer, and here I will, instead of just 20%, let's put like 80%, and I will add on top of this a gradient. So I'll choose here from solid to linear, and now I have this gradient, and I can change here the direction of the gradient. So let's put like this, and you can change here the color, so it will be from this violet here, okay, like this, and the other color will be to this red maybe, and you can change here the opacity of the color. So let's put like this, and okay, this I want also to be like maybe 85%, and that's it for my background. So now you can see here on the left side the layers, and you will create new elements here that will be new layers. And here on this icon you can create new shapes or add new images to this page. I will create here a rectangle, so you can just drag and drop here, or if you want you can here change the dimensions and give like exact measures, like 500 to 800, maybe it's too much, like 700 or 400, like this. Let's change again to 500. Okay, I have my shape here, and I want this rectangle to have like a glass effect. So I will change the fill. So instead of this gray solid color, I want this is the white, and I want the gradient again, so I will change it to linear. And here I want also to change the direction of the gradient like this, okay. And this white I want to be just 80%. Okay, it's looking good. And now I also want to change here the corners. So let's put the radius 50 like this, and I want to add here a stroke. So the stroke is not selected, you can just add here on the plus button, and instead of a black stroke I will add a white one. And I think maybe it's too much here on this side, so I will change this stroke and create like a gradient again and change here the direction. So you can see that on this side the stroke is softer, so it's not so obvious here. Okay, so now I want to create some effects for this shape, and here on the effects I click on plus and add a drop shadow. Here the background is so dark that you don't see the shadow here, but you can add another effect on plus, and it will be, instead of drop shadow, the background blur. So with this, you can add it here and put another value. Let's put like 10 or 15, and you can see that with this effect everything that is behind this rectangle is blurred, and this is a nice picture to create this glass effect on the page. So now I think it also needs more transparency, so I will also change here the layer opacity. So I'll put just 80% or 85 maybe. Yeah, so I think it's looking good now. Now I want to add more elements, so I will go here on the shapes and I'll place an image. I have this product here that I want to add here. So now I have to adjust here the dimensions. Maybe I will use just this side. So here on top you can crop the image. I'll use this tool. I just want this side. It's okay, and just put this on top of this shape here. And you can see that now this image is a new layer here, and if you want you can just drag and drop the layers and change the position. So let's put the shoes on top of the rectangle. Now I want to add some text here, so we have here the text tool, and let's write something here like high performance running shoes, and I want a larger font size. So here I can edit the text, so let's change here the text to another font style. Let's say Roboto, and I want the size to be like 30, maybe 40. Yeah, 40 I think it's okay. Just aligning here, and I will add also here a button to go to the shopping page. So I'll create again a new shape, a new rectangle. Let's align this with the center of the other rectangle here. Now I want to edit this shape. I have here the options, and on fill, instead of this color, I want to match with this yellow here on the shoes, so I can pick the color here, and that's selected here. I also want to round the corner, so I can go here and add a value like 5, no, maybe 15 on every single corner like this. Now it's looking more like a button. and I can add some effects like a drop shadow, for example, and I'll give a value like 10 here, 10, and let's say just 10%, and more blur like 15 blur. All right. Now let's add some text on the top of the bottom here. Shop now, for example. Line here. I want this to be white as well. Okay. I can add some effect here like a drop shadow, but just put like 10%. Okay. Now I want to add also a navbar on the top of the page, so let's add a new shape. Okay, put here a new rectangle, and we want this navbar to have like 108, like this, and you want this to be black, but you want some kind of you want to change the opacity here, so it will be like a soft shape here. Let's put 35%. So now here on the navbar, we'll add a logo here. In this case, I don't have a logo, so I'll just put here some initials just to pretend it's a logo like this. And then let's change the font size to 80. Okay, so just to pretend this is a logo here. And let's add the text here for navbar, so text to go to another pages. So let's say new arrivals. I'll also change this font size to 20, no, let's say 30, and align it here. New arrivals, and align here as well. And I copy paste and create a new page here, shop, for example, and another one like about page. Now if you want to add here like icons, on Figma you can search on the community and find many icons already done. So in this case I have a file here that has like a library of icons, and I'll just copy paste an icon from here, so this one, and paste here. So I have it's another layer, and let's change here the size, and I can change the color from black to white. Okay, so now I just place here. Then you can align these icons to look good on your page. Now just to finalize, I want to add here some text like a slogan, and I will write something like get ready for your best run, like get ready. And let's put this text with bigger, like 100 pixels. Yes, just maybe here, maybe 120 or 110, and like this. So now you can see that we have all the page designed. You can add more elements if you want. You can work here and rename all of the layers. You can also create groups, for example, for these elements here. So it's this text, the shoes, and the rectangle, and also the bottom. You can just select all of them and create a new group. Control G, and you can say here this is the group for the products on home page, for example. So the goal here is to get some practice creating shapes, creating text, aligning elements, editing the colors, the shapes, the gradients, and I hope this video can help you using Figma. And if you are a new designer, just keep practicing, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and thank you so much for watching.